Okay, we should be good here. My name is CEKA HSIE. Translated to English, that would be Firehawk. And I'm going to be doing a series of videos called Living Free. And I choose to do this not because I think I know everything, but the things I know and that are concrete to me, that has resonated in my being, I'd like to share with other people in hopes that where I am, or what I've learned, or what is benefiting me may benefit someone else, that I may lead as an example here on this planet during this journey. So this is just an introduction to what I'm going to be doing, actually, or the affirmation that I'll be bringing, and what living free is about. It's about the bonds and ties that we have on ourselves. And we could give a lot of credit to governorship or our leadership for us being bounded, for us feeling in our everyday lives that we're in slavery, or we're living in a police state. But what I've come to realize and recognize is that a lot of the chains that are on us are chains that we put on ourselves. Is mental. Example, and I'll elaborate on this more in individual videos and individual segments, but I'll just touch on some things now. Like, we'll complain about how much it costs to live, and we have to work in a system, and we feel like we're slaves to that system. But a lot of these things are our individual choices. Nobody's making you work, or nobody's making us work. Nobody makes you work 40 hours a week. You chose to work 40 hours a week because you chose the home that you have. You chose the bills that you have. So if you have a cell phone bill, a car note, plus insurance, electrical bill, of course a food bill, maybe even water bill, cable, I don't know if I said phone, but whatever. All of these bills that's compiled, or that run your life, or all the things that you choose. You don't have to have all of those things, but then you complain about the system you're in. And a lot of us, we accumulate as much as we can. We have all of these things because we believe that our materialism, or the materialism that surrounds us, is what give us status or stature. We say the more things that we have, the more things that I own, the bigger I'm seen. But none of those things, one, is going with you, and none of those things declare you as a being. We're putting so much effort and energy and focus into materialism that we're losing our spiritualism. And I don't care what background you may come from, whether it's Christianity, Islam, Mosesism, as they call it, or the Jewish or Hebrew or the Semites, or just spiritualists. If you're working 40 hours a week, and that's normally for most people, that's the most part of your day. Your early part of your day, you're preparing breakfast, you're going to work, trying to be late, stuck in traffic, thinking about what you have to do there at your job, and you get to your job, and then you work for 8 hours a day. You get 2 15-minute breaks and a lunch. So out of that time, you have, 55 minutes or an hour or whatever to yourself, But that's just to collect yourself to get you back at work. And then you make that commute home, whether it's via the bus. Most people it's taking them an hour to get home. Or you're driving in traffic. Then you have to get home and prepare the day, the rest of the day. If you have children or just for yourself, preparing lunch for tomorrow, preparing dinner for tonight. And by the time you get to settle down for the day, it's only around 6 or 7 o'clock, the day is ended. All your energy is spent. You have the most energy in the AM when that sun rises and kicks out that ultraviolet ray and fuels that melanin that's in all beings. Just some is more abundant in some beings, of course, Moors or people with darker hue, but everybody have melanin in them and they major organs. So the time that we have, or the time during the time of the day that we're fueled or have the most energy, is the time that we're using to feed a system or help a system grow that most of us are not even happy with. So that the misery in these living free videos, the misery that I'm attempting to show you is the misery that you're putting on yourself. We're going to go through basically whatever comes to mind, whatever I'm concrete about, what some of the topics are, like anti versus pro. Because a lot of us are anti-something. We're anti-drugs or anti-government, but when we need to be pro these things. We need to be pro the changes that we seek in our existence, opposed to anti anything. We'll get into that later. Just from what I'm seeing, and this is including myself, and this is where it starts. It starts with self. When I've seen this in myself, I'm my own problem, or I've been my own problem. But I give others the blame because I gave them control over my existence. I didn't do my research. I didn't learn law. There's a lot of I didn't. And because I didn't, others did. For me and to me. Because I didn't. So again, one of the things I like to share with you is my journey. We'll be going through how I've decided that living in these modern day caves, the way, that's what I call it, the way that I'm living in them is not for me. So I own my home, but we never really do, of course, in my business, and I'm giving all of that up so that I could put more time into my spiritualism and less time in my materialism. So I'm downsizing my life. I have a 3-story home. I'll show you videos of that later. And I'm moving in my camper van, and I'll travel about for right now until I can find some land that I can build on. And I'm pretty handy, so I won't know everything, but I can learn along the way. And it's going to be something new. I'm not afraid. I have a little nervousness about it, but I also have an excitement about it because I'm making a choice for my life. I'm choosing to free myself. So there will be different ways that I'll be sharing with you in the Living Free videos of how I choose to free myself. And you could just watch it as sheer entertainment, or maybe you can get something out of it, or maybe I can, these videos will help you move forward and something you saw to do in reference to your personal freedom, because that's where it all starts. It starts with self. It doesn't start with the blame that we're giving everybody. I mean, I've been studying for a long time. I'm a self-proclaimed historian. and spiritualists. But I had to go into my own connection. Because what I'm learning is we're being fed so much. We're the information age. We read and we read and we read and we read. And a lot of what we're reading is the problems. So then there's some of us who will read the problems and see a solution. In some instances, what we're reading is there are some solutions there. But it's just information. It's just knowing, okay, this is a problem, and it's just knowing that this is a solution. But what it's time for now is fruition. We're coming into the age of Aquarius, or this is 2012, so we should be in the age of Aquarius now. And with the age of Aquarius is coming the female energy and the female principles. Because the age of Pisces was the male principle. The knowing, logical, being very analytical. There are male attributes. And the female attributes, there are many, but one of the most important one is fruition, is movement. So now we can apply what we've taken, or what we've learned in Pisces, in Aquarius. You can put these things in movement. So if you find in yourself something that you're dealing with, and you know within yourself that this is a solution, put it in practice. And that's where I am. And this is, in a sense, beyond me, beyond my own mind. But my spirit moves. Now, my spirit says I have to create solutions for my life. Because what I care about personally in life is ascending to wherever the next level is. But it's the 4th, 5th dimension, is the 22nd dimension. Is it just changing forms and going into another form and continuing the journey? Whatever the ascension is completely about, and I hear 1,000 things about that, whatever it is about, I know that it's about growth. So for my ascension is all I care about, my spirituality, and maybe aiding others in theirs. So again, this was the introduction. I am CEKA HSIE. In translation, that's Firehawk. And just stay tuned. Thank you.